Because as far as I remember, I always wanted to work in science. Obviously, my parents were working in a scientific domain, but maybe my inspiration in science was the Star Wars films, for instance. I was really curious when I saw this film about space exploration, astrophysics, and also about intelligent machine robots. So that was the thing I wanted to understand since my childhood. So asking me questions, wondering about the world, and always like that. And I think this is science. And also you have to think about what you're doing while you're doing science. You're wondering about your application, what's the ethics also of what you're doing. As you know, we're building in a company, we're building a robot, a safety robot, and we're facing lots of problems in computer science, artificial intelligence, obviously, electronics, and mechanics. So if I can cite maybe two main problems in computer science, it would be navigation, so how the robot will be patrolling in an environment, and also, let's say, anomaly detection, how you can detect different things in the environment. Can be people, can be some object, can be windows or doors, things like that. So it's really, really challenging problems. I would say in neurons, what is interesting, and maybe what we have to recall, is that when we're doing robotics, one of the two main problems is computational power. It's embedded in a robot, and also the power consumption of the robot. Because it's embedded, you have to wait to recharge the robot and things like that. So you have to use chips that are not really consuming a lot of power. And that's how also the idea when I joined the NeurONN project, because the challenge was to build this kind of chip that were with low power consumption and high computational power. Well, we expect to do that. And so when I joined the project, what was my goal was to identify what kind of algorithm we can use on the robot. First, for a robot, for instance, during research with NeurONN, we try to implement the obstacle avoidance with a NeurONN chip directly on the robot, and it works quite well. So any kind of task that a robot should do in an unknown environment or task in artificial intelligence, you can put, we hope, some neural chip of NeurONN. You can also put that in smartphone, maybe. On camera, you can do smart camera also. It's having a lot of chips doing relevant work on the sensors. So a smart sensor, like a camera, for instance, or other sensors that will send only relevant information to a central computer. So it will be a low power CPU, and this CPU will only calculate some kind of behavior with just relevant information for the sensors.